I'm Teresa Woodard in Dallas, and here are your headlines from North Texas. A Dallas firefighter is recovering from injuries he suffered while battling a weekend house fire. This happened at a home in North Dallas Sunday. Investigators say flames were spreading through the attic of the two-story home when they arrived. It took them about 90 minutes to get the fire out. 2 adults and 2 children were inside. They did make it out safely, but Dallas Fire Rescue says a firefighter suffered a non-life-threatening injury to his lower legs. He had to be taken to a hospital, but he is expected to be okay. A teacher is out of a job, in jail, facing criminal charges. He's accused of sexual assault and having an improper relationship with a student in Crowley ISD. Ricardo Ortiz taught architecture at the Bill R. Johnson Career and Technical Education Center. The district sent a letter to families telling them that administrators cooperated with investigators, and Ortiz was immediately fired. It appears no other students were involved, but Crowley ISD is urging any parent with any information to contact police. The state takeover of Fort Worth ISD is moving forward after the district's appeal failed. Now the TEA is reviewing applications for a board of managers, which the agency will appoint likely this spring. A conservator has already been named. Last October, the state announced plans to take over the district after one campus received an unacceptable rating for the 5th straight year. The board does have a meeting scheduled Tuesday evening. Discussion of the takeover is expected to take place in closed session. On Wednesday, the city of Dallas is expected to vote on whether to give up majority control of the DART board. That's an effort to try to keep some suburbs from leaving the agency altogether. The proposal would give member cities a seat on the board and drop Dallas's share down to about 45%. Cities like Plano, Irving, Highland Park, and Farmers Branch all plan to let voters decide in May whether to even remain part of DART. To a story now that captured the attention of North Texans nearly 40 years ago. It involved a popular pastor, his mistress, and a violent assault on his wife. Her loved ones have not seen justice to this day. Here's Rebecca Lopez and her crime reporter's notebook.
These are the stories that keep me up at night. The missing, the murdered, the mysteries that have gone unsolved in our own backyards. I've covered crime in North Texas for more than 25 years, and now I'm opening up my reporter's notebook to you, revisiting cold cases and crimes that made headlines. This case really was like a soap opera. At the center of it all was the pastor of First United Methodist Church in Dallas, Walker Rayleigh.
How is it possible for all sorts of bad things to happen and good things to disappear, and yet we don't lose our hope?
It also involved his wife Peggy, who played the organ at the church, and a secret girlfriend who was hidden from the congregation. But everything changed the night that Peggy Rayleigh was found barely alive in their Lake Highlands garage. I went through the WFA archives through hours of old tapes and trial videos of the case of the Reverend Walker Rayleigh. I also talked to one of his former attorneys.
He was a famous minister. He was well loved. He was on his way to national prominence, and all of a sudden it just all blew up in his face.
On April 22nd, 1987, Peggy was found by her husband. It was just after midnight, and she'd been beaten, strangled, and left on the cold concrete. She was only 38 years old and a devoted mother of 2.
She was a very sweet, loving person who didn't deserve what happened to her.
Dallas police detectives and the media quickly turned their attention to the Reverend Walker Rayleigh.
A lot of people still think you attacked your wife. Did you attack your wife, sir?
I did not. I am totally innocent, and I have no comment.
Detectives discovered that Pastor Rayleigh had a secret he wanted to hide and a possible motive. On the night of Peggy's attack, he lied to her about where he was. He left her a voice message saying that he was at the SMU library.
If you want to, go ahead and lock the garage door, and I'll park out front. I can darn it that you're safe. So I did my best to be finished at SMU at 12:30. I'll be in on it around 1.
But phone records later revealed he wasn't at SMU. He was with his mistress.
He wasn't at the library. he was where he wasn't supposed to be.
In July of 1987, Rayleigh appeared before a grand jury and took the Fifth Amendment 43 times. He chose not to answer any questions and also refused to talk to the Dallas Police Department.
Why won't you talk to the Dallas police if you're innocent?
I am totally innocent. I've made that clear.
Rayleigh insisted that he and his family had been receiving letters with death threats before the attack. But Dallas police and prosecutors believe that he wrote those letters himself.
One incessant excuse and lie after the other, well staged, well rehearsed.
Under pressure, Rayleigh resigned from the church in September of 1987. Meanwhile, Peggy Rayleigh was in a Tyler nursing facility, unable to walk, talk, or even eat by herself. Rayleigh moved to California with his lover, Lucy Papillon, and then filed for divorce. In August of 1992, DNA evidence emerged, and police had enough to arrest Rayleigh for the attempted murder of his wife.
Good morning. Morning.
His trial in March of 1993 was a circus. His lover, Lucy, was brought in to testify.
Dr. Papillon, are you and Walker Rayleigh still lovers? You still have a relationship?
I have no comment.
On the stand, Rayleigh was very emotional when he described how he found Peggy in the garage.
Put my hands on her shoulders and screamed at her, trying to get her to respond. And she didn't do anything. Her eyes were just glazed over.
He denied attacking his wife.
Walker, did you strangle Peggy?
No, I didn't.
Do you know who did?
No, I don't.
But prosecutors pushed back.
This is all your guilt. Is that right? This is guilt on you. You have not said one word, have you, Dr. Rayleigh, about your poor, injured, damaged, and almost dead wife, have you?
After 17 hours of deliberations, the jury came back
Not guilty.
and found Rayleigh not guilty.
Well, I feel relieved. I think I'll probably sleep tonight.
Rayleigh and Papillon ended up breaking up. Peggy Rayleigh sadly died in 2011. Her children grew up without her.
Total tragedy.
Dallas police couldn't find any other suspects, so the question remains, who attacked and ultimately killed Peggy Rayleigh?
I have sold the steer $550,000.
A new record set on the final day of the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Cayman Cody from Toller and his steer named White Castle won the rodeo's Grand Champion Steer Award and then broke the record for the highest bid in rodeo history. The previous record was set back in 2023 when someone bid $440,000 on a steer named Snoop Dogg.
This is the Super Bowl of Super Bowls for the cattle show. This is every kid's dream, to win the Fort Worth Stock Show.
Well, that was this year's winner. When asked about his future plans, Cayman said he wants to continue to build the cattle business and he hopes to get more kids involved in 4-H. Congratulations to him. Those are your headlines from North Texas.